Good evening. I'm Assistant Chief Michael Kemper. I'm the Commanding Officer of Patrol Borough Brooklyn South. I want to remind you that this information I'm about to give is preliminary and it's subject to change as this incident just occurred a short while ago. But once again, I'm standing here before you to brief you on another senseless shooting. This time, the shooting involving the death of a 12-year-old child. Earlier today, at about 7:45 p.m., patrol officers from the 6-7 precinct responded to this area, Linden Boulevard and East 5-6 Street, after receiving 911 calls of shots fired, as well as a shot spotter siren being activated. Upon their arrival, they came upon the vehicle, which was parked. It was a dark-colored Toyota, and it was occupied by 3 individuals: a 20-year-old female, a 12-year-old male, and an 8-year-old female. The 20-year-old female was in the driver's seat. She was shot multiple times to her body. She was removed to Kings County Hospital. She's currently in surgery, and she's expected to survive. In the passenger seat was a 12-year-old male. He was shot multiple times to his body. He was pronounced deceased on scene. In the rear seat, there was an 8-year-old female in the rear portion of the vehicle. She was uninjured. A preliminary investigation reveals that the 3 pulled over in the car to eat some food when shots were fired that penetrated their vehicle. Investigators right now are following up with numerous 911 callers for more information and are canvassing the area for witnesses and security video. We are asking for the public's help and assistance. We're actually pleading for the public's help and assistance in helping us solve this case. If anyone has any information in relation to this incident, horrific incident, we urge you to call our Crime Stoppers hotline at 1-800-577-TIPS. That's 1-800-577-TIPS. I remind everyone that if you call, you can remain anonymous. Questions?
Chief, two questions. First of all, is there any indication that anyone in that vehicle was being targeted specifically, or were they unintended? And the second question is, there was a report of a vehicle that had been involved in the shooting. Is that legitimate, or are we still trying to figure it out?
I'm going to pass it off to Chief Joe Galata. He's the commanding officer at Detective Borough Brooklyn South. But before I do, I just want to let everyone here know, as far as motive, the motive is unknown right now. And as far as if that vehicle was targeted, that's what we're trying to determine right now. But I'll pass it off to Chief Joe Galata to answer any sort of questions that have an investigative connection.
Good evening. In regards to the investigation, we're very early on. I want to make that very clear. As far as what we have and what we're looking for, we have numerous pieces of ballistics on the scene that are going to be processed by crime scene behind us. And we're looking for potentially 2 vehicles, both black sedans, unknown make and model at this time. One that went down 5-8 Street, East 5-8 Street, and one that went down Linden Boulevard. Anyone with information regarding these vehicles, we implore you to call 1-800-577-TIPS. Get that information to us. We're going to need the public's help on this. It's a senseless crime. We have a 12-year-old that was killed, and we're going to take all our resources we have to solve this crime, but we're not going to be able to do it without the public's help. So please, I'm going to ask for 2 vehicles. We have 2 black sedans, seen fleeing the vehicle. As we get more, we'll get it out to you. We'll get you to make the models as we get it, but right now what we have is 2 black sedans.
Can you tell us approximately how many bullets were fired, and does it look like there were multiple gunmen involved here?
It's too early on for us to tell you that, to tell that. Right now, as we process the scene, we'll know, but there was numerous shots fired. They're all family. They do live in the area, yes.
All right, we're going to have a statement from the mayor now.
It's obvious that it's raining. Listen, this precinct alone removed close to 48 guns off these streets. Over 100 guns last year. 12-year-old we lost sitting here in their car eating. The question I continue to ask, what about the innocent people? What about people that sit in their cars and they're shot and killed? We hear so much about those who are fighting, but when are we going to start fighting for the innocent people of this city? And I'm going to do that, and this police department is going to do that. We're going to catch the shooter, but as long as we have guns and a revolving door system, we're going to continue to come to crime scenes like this. It's time for it to stop. That's why we're here. We're going to do our job. We need everyone to help us ending this senseless violence.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.